Everybody's familiarized himself with those notes. If there's no changes or additions, I need a motion to approve.
This is Callie Mitchell. I move to approve the minutes as printed.
Thank you, Kelly.
I'll second, I will.
Second from Rod. Okay, any other discussion? Not hearing any, all in favor of the minutes as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item 4, agency reports. We got Christine here from DNR.
I don't really have anything to report as far as forestry goes. Just very kind of here to listen and hear if there's any discussion or questions about the annual work plan for the Vernon County Forest. But I think you had law enforcement for this. Did they mention that there's a new in our conservation work?
No, I guess they didn't.
Okay, well, I don't have his specific name. His first name is Hans, and he's taking Trevor's place.
Okay, very good.
So that tends to be on the west side? Or?
Don't know. I'm assuming it's the west side, so, and I know that he's here and he's got a home or renting or a place here and for his more personal here in the road course.
Okay. Justin's here from NRCS.
Okay, I don't have a lot for you guys. We're going through our EQIP applications. We got our sign-up deadline to end November 4th. So we have 41 applications right now, which is manageable, I'd say. And we're going to be going through those, doing assessments. Some of them are deferrals, so some of them have work done, but it's a mix of everything we do. So I've yet to go through every single one of them, since some of them are carryovers. But those are what we're going to be working on this fall for the most part. We're obligating our 4 CSP renewal pre-approvals that we got and certifying a lot of cover crops still. And the only real new business is we have an intern. We put out an offer for an intern for the summer, a student up at Stevens Point. So I haven't heard if they've accepted the offer yet, but we should be hopefully working with them and come May with some of our work. So that is all I have for this week.
Okay, any questions for Justin or Christine for that matter? Okay, not hearing any. We'll move on to item 6, which is audience visitors, the UW portion. Not hearing anybody there. Let's go to item 7, and that's to review and approve UW extension bills for payment. Does anybody have any bills under UW extension, or I'm unaware of them?
Maybe we'll have to just hold off on that.
Emery's about to speak, I believe.
I think you got us so confused because we actually are listed first in the agenda this time that maybe Miranda forgot to walk over. I'm home with the stomach flu, but I know she has some for you.
Okay, maybe she'll be coming later then.
Yeah, I texted her and asked her if she was coming.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'll make the motion that we move this to later in the agenda if she's able to attend.
Okay, I got the motion from Mary there. Do we get a second on that one?
Second.
Frank? Okay, all in favor of that motion to extend this to later, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Pedialyte, Emery, Pedialyte.
Okay, Dr. Frank. Item 8, educator reports, 4-H and food wise. Anybody up there with any reports from UW Extension?
You never scheduled the meeting either.
What's that?
You
sir?
skipped and scheduled a meeting too.
Oh, oh gosh, how did I do that? Okay, let's go back to item 5. Now, I'm gonna tell you, our safety meeting got changed to December 6th, which is a Tuesday. I'm wondering if I can schedule the LCC meeting.
We already have class presentations we're doing on that date.
Well, I suppose we could go to the regular day here, Thursday.
So we can't have it in this room, but we can
can't
have it
here,
at
we gotta
ours.
have it someplace
Can we have
else.
it at our, in our meeting room? We haven't been there in a while.
We have
Can you, Sarah, can you pull up the calendar, just see what's in that building room?
Which one?
The boardroom, is that what you're thinking, or?
No, I'm thinking
No.
our office.
They got
We have the meeting room in our office.
Oh, we haven't done that yet.
It's been a
We haven't.
while.
Do we wanna be in that tight a room?
It's not too bad.
Well, up here,
Oh, dear.
Yeah, yeah.
Or we could be in the county boardroom.
Or we could go to, over at Extension 2 in that room. That's a bigger room.
The basement? Or the
Yeah.
first floor?
Well, first floor there, or whatever it was, yeah. I don't know. How about, Sarah, we'll talk about that and get that straight here this next week or so, huh?
Okay.
Decide where we're going.
I forgot, we do have a big committee here that maybe we should be in the boardroom. If it's open.
Well, I just, with COVID times and everything else here, it helps to have just a bigger area to
So
facilitate.
did you determine that it will be on Thursday the 8th, though?
Yes, I think that's what we're going to, our regular day, because, it's just good for everything else.
Okay.
We could do it a little earlier, we don't have to do it at 10:45, we could do it at 9:30.
I'm out of town that day, but that's fine.
9:30 would work for me, though, so.
Okay.
Does that work for everyone else?
December 8th.
I won't be here either.
Oh,
But I don't mind.
Does that matter? Do we having any problems with that?
as long as everyone else shows up, we'll have a quorum.
Okay, let's try a chance at that, because that's the regular day we meet anyway. It's just they're having some kind of safety thing here for the sheriffs, so they had to move that.
Kelly,
Okay,
does that day work for you?
Yes, I already had it down for that day, so it's just a matter of what time in the morning.
9:30, and it works for me.
I'll have enough employees by then, so it'll be good.
Frank, it works for you.
every day works for me.
All right.
okay,
A day off the farm is a day of vacation.
okay. Now moving on, we're going back to item 7. And that's to review and approve UW extension bill for payment. And Miranda has arrived.
I arrived.
And, okay. Office operations. Where it has a total of $762.53. $762.53. I kind of seem to be confused here. Okay, some of that was mileage, $120, office and computer supplies, $168.61. Neil Johnson, $404.52, and meals, $69.40. That's meals for our 4-H conference. So, we
Motion to approve.
motion to approve by Frank, okay, do I get a second?
I second it.
Carol second. Okay, all in favor of approving the office operations for $762.53, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, we have another bill here for teen court, which is a total of $750. I need a motion to approve.
I move to pay the bills for teen court for $750.
I'll second it.
second from Rod. Okay, any discussion? I'm hearing any, all in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye, oppose, motion carried. Team court will be paid. Okay, moving on, item 8 is the educator reports, 4-H and Food Wise. Emery, are you up
Sure.
here? Wanna give
Yeah.
a-
So Miranda hopefully gave you guys all a copy of the 4-H newsletter that went out for this fall. You can see some really great programs that we're starting to offer coming here in January. I wasn't able to be at the meeting last time because I was invited to go to a week-long conference in Madison for the National Professional Association of 4-H Educators. And that was an amazing opportunity. I was able to learn about a lot of different programs that are happening in the nation. And as a direct result of that, I kind of just took some of the curriculum that I grabbed from the conference and put it into play. So for example, you'll see a virtual Cloverbud box program. And there was a huge drive at the conference talking about urban agriculture and also just helping youth to understand where their food comes from. And studies from the educators in Nebraska revealed that even though kids are living on farms, if it's not food that they're producing directly on the farm, they still don't even know where it comes from. So anyways, I put together this program where we're focusing on 5 different top Wisconsin food commodities. And we'll be meeting with Cloverbud, so that's kindergartners through 2nd graders. And we're going to be doing some really fun interactive activities. You can see we're highlighting cranberries, potatoes, corn, dairy, and beef. And I'm teaming up with Ashley. She's going to give the Cloverbuds a virtual tour of her dairy farm and help them understand where milk comes from and how it's collected and so on and so forth. And so that's one program. And then kind of a fun thing, since the office is in the basement, we're not going to be filled by land and water. I went ahead and chatted with Phil and said, hey, can I use those for a rotational program? So it's always been my desire to do a lot of programming where kids can move from room to room, and in each room is a different topic. And so those offices in the basement are just big enough that we can get about 5 to 10 youth in each room. And so we are planning a program here where the kids will rotate, and it's STEM-based, and it's focused on different ologies. So we have a reptologist coming, and I've partnered with the Sheriff's Department, and we're having somebody come and teach about criminology. We're doing genealogy with the Historical Society, and hopefully archaeology and some other ologies. And those are more for our middle school youth to just try and explore some different careers and fun interactive topics in the sciences. So we're busy. We're getting ready for programming. We have our award ceremony coming up. Our enrollment numbers are off the charts. I'm super excited. We have some really strong numbers coming in. Our program with the library is really flourishing. So all in all, just really good things happening.
On that note, I'd like to say that the Baropa Library won a national award for the programs that they are in partnership with everybody. So thank you very much, because I know you're part of that.
Yes, they've been fantastic partners, and I've got a very big undertaking here going on this summer as we've introduced, Sheena's introduced the garden program with them. We're also looking with that club to start doing some urban agriculture and possibly work the kids through a rotation of raising some meat chickens so that they can kind of get exposed to agriculture. So we're really developing that, really excited about that partnership.
Awesome. Okay. Other questions for Emery? Well, thank you, Emery.
Yep.
Keep up the great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tina, you're up next there.
Yeah, so apologize for being late. I teach today in Lafarge, and so this afternoon at school. So prepping, so I'm every Thursday I've been at Lafarge, as well as Mondays in Prairie View, and we partnered with 4-H for a STEAM event at Prairie View for families, where they got to learn about buoyancy with cranberries versus craisins. And did you know that if you put craisins inside of seltzer water, they float? Pretty cool.
You might want to explain what STEAM is.
Steam, sorry. Yeah, science.
I know what it is, but
Yeah.
I think you aren't gonna.
What is it? It's science,
Technology.
math, technology,
Art.
engineering, I think.
Engineering, art, and math.
Yeah.
So it's STEM with art.
Yeah.
Art
Good.
and integrated.
That's like the new thing in schools, right? So anyway. So yeah, it was really cool because we kind of featured an element that will be in her food box program, right? So she got to promote 4-H. I got to do nutrition education, and I also got to test a standardized food service recipe with fresh cranberries to help food service directors think about doing harvest of the month and incorporating local fresh food. Obviously, cranberries are a pretty big deal in Wisconsin, so that was cool. It went over very well. Yeah, and then also, so we're hiring a bilingual educator for our 3-county project. Super excited about that. They will be primarily based out of Crawford County. However, our project is funded in a 3-county project, so those services will be kind of divvied up accordingly. And the state is hiring a healthy retail specialist. So as you know, I've been doing work with farmers markets and trying to promote EBT and other food programs, encouraging people to spend their SNAP dollars on local foods, right? It's really good for our economy, farmers, good for everybody, it's healthy, right? So I'm on the hiring committee for that state specialist. So that is moving right along. So there will be more, they're gonna be applying for a GusNIP grant statewide. And so there will be more support than locally for that. So I'm super excited about that too. Yeah, there's other things, you can read it. Ready.
Question for Sheena?
I was wondering, have you ever seen the potato bus that comes?
No, I haven't.
It is so cool. It came to our school when I was up in Vernon and came for a dairy day, whatever. And with 4-H, it would be nice, since you're in the Tri-County, maybe work with the schools and get that potato bus down here.
Yeah.
It's interactive for the kids to go through. Probably wasn't that active during COVID,
Right.
but I'm sure they're back up and running. And it talks about that our big thing is potatoes. And I thought was so interesting, and the kids did too, is that Lay's potato chip. They have branded that potato, and it's only grown in Wisconsin, and it's owned by Lay's, which is super cool. But the kids go in this huge RV bus, and everything in there is interactive. So if we could get them to this area, and it got coordinated, could go around to the elementary or middle schools or whatever.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
bring kids' knowledge into that.
Yeah.
Or
I
maybe
know the potato bus. It was at Paroqua last year.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it's fantastic. It's a great teaching resource.
Or maybe we get it for the fair. If we could coordinate it for the fair. I don't know how we'd go about that, but it'd be really cool to have it for the Vernon County Fair for people to go through. Because I, as an adult, thought it was super cool, so, and I learned a lot. I had no idea. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that wouldn't have any idea.
Well, this is just for you, Chrissy.
I just wanna share the joy.
No, I.
That's awesome. The other thing I'll mention is that there is every year they have a USA Farm to School grant, so that's different than the AmeriCorps one, it's larger, so like a county could apply for it to promote farm to school, and it's like up to $100,000 or something of that nature. And thought I'd throw that out there in case you know people or partners who, I will say this, food service directors, I continue to have that monthly call, right? And they have such trouble getting things. They couldn't get spaghetti. Like, they can't get, like somebody just couldn't get it, right? Whole wheat flour. I couldn't get whole wheat flour at Walmart or Quillen's one day. Iowa Food Hub I've made that connection with our local food service directors, and they were on the call. And they do source locally in our region. And so they would be able to, provide that local whole wheat flour from our area, Meadow over by Hills. Anyway. But yeah, just always trying to make those connections. So that's what my work.
We should work together, because this last week I started back at the food pantry doing food demonstrations.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there is a shortage. I was shocked compared to how it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did this week was how to substitute cabbage for pasta. That you can do any recipe, and I demonstrated how to shred it. People could taste it. It was basically like a cream-based Alfredo sauce in that. And so many people were shocked that you could use cabbage like you would pasta. And it can be any recipe. It could be a tomato base. It's low in carbs. It's high in potassium, vitamin C. It's inexpensive. It's a low glycemic number.
Yeah, unfortunately the schools though, they have to credit something.
Exactly.
So they have to have so many credits of a whole grain.
Exactly.
They have to have so many credits of a dark leafy green, beans and peas,
But there is a shortage.
So they actually have to so it is a lot more challenging the more I've actually worked with food service directors, more complicated. Than us just being like, why don't you just buy local food and just make some food, right? It's not how that works. So unfortunately,
and that's how the food pantry works, through kind of all those same programs. There's a shortage. Yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, this week coming up, I'm gonna do rutabagas and celery.
Awesome.
Because they can be substitute for potatoes.
What is the deadline for the grant?
January.
So, and I would work on ideas with you, or
I would love
we
to.
would help.
I have a PowerPoint. So FoodWise can't be the recipient of a federal grant. We are a federal grant, right? So strategic partnerships are very important, I guess.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that conversation for sure.
Right.
I'd also be interested in donating wild rice to the food pantry and putting on a presentation.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
I did that, but it was quite a few years ago now. I did it once.
Like the week before Thanksgiving would be really good. We used to get greens. There was a gentleman that donated all these greens every week to make sure people knew about them, had them. That dried up before COVID. And he did it for years, but it was wonderful. I just, we've got this beautiful facility here, but there is a shortage.
Did you see the signage?
That's great.
Did you see the signage?
Yeah.
FoodWise. We did that.
Thank you. That is, but yeah, Ben, that would be awesome.
We could talk about that after the meeting. I'd be happy to.
You'll have to catch me. I'm gonna probably leave soon. I gotta go.
Any other questions here? Okay, then we'll move on here to item 9. That's to review and approve land and water bills for payment. Got a copy in front of you. I'm gonna read those and then we'll take a minute and look at the individual expenses. Total expenses for this month were $71,104.55. October reimbursements and other revenue total $45,444.40.57. Look out a minute here. You've got some.
Will, would you read the total of expenses one more time? 71,000?
It is $71,104.55, Kelly.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oil change for Casey's truck, $171. What kind of oil was that?
The oil one was like $120 of it or something.
What does it cost you to get an oil change?
Whatever I pay for the oil, do it myself, and the filter.
It was like a $25 labor fee is all, so it was $150 for the stuff. Yeah, I questioned it.
That's what's happening.
Everything.
What's that electrical?
This is the work going on for the new building, right?
Yeah.
The new
Oh,
building at City Hall.
yeah, I did go see that. Yeah,
That's your territory there, Mary.
yeah, rolling back down. Not on the trails. I don't have that kind of.
Okay. Always that chance.
My age.
Oh, you're gonna give that up?
Are we still,
I move to pay the bills for $71,104.55.
Okay, I got a motion from Kelly. Do I get a second? Second from Frank. Any discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor of paying the bills, say aye.
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 I,
Opposed? Motion carried. The bills will be paid. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we are on item 10, audience to visitors, land and water portion. I lied to you. This is where I'm calling on you. I don't know this lady really.
Vernell Vestbach.
Okay, Vernell Vestbach.
She's my
sister Carol. And
Yes.
I've been warned of you.
Good.
So, this is just a comment she has about Jersey Valley, horse riding, stuff like that. Right?
Yes.
Go for
Western
it.
gold.
You
So,
won't get any questions. This is not a question and answer session. It's just,
yeah, I
For
couldn't
you
have
to-
brought Vernell's name into this because I know she
Frank's gonna
would
be coming out.
use Jersey Valley as many other people would.
yes,
and we're considering all that. We just haven't got a plan. We haven't explored it quite as fully as we want, but
okay,
you can add to our curiosity.
okay, so a while back, you guys were talking about opening that up to bicycling and horseback riding. Is that still the plan?
We haven't got a plan.
Well, the only reason I've heard it on the street from like Blue Dog, that was talk of horseback riding and bicycling.
That's their talk.
Exactly. And then nothing ever became of it, and I certainly would like to see it open up to horseback riding. You would get a lot of horseback riding down there. It's close for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are local right in the area that would utilize that. It's right in my backyard. I mean, I venture that way. I don't go down into the park, but I got permission from one of the farmers to go that way to the backside of that, and it sure would be nice to drop down in there and go around the lake. And the trails are there because I have hiked it.
So if you put an Iron Ranger right there, you're gonna be donating to that.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm just,
Yeah.
So I think this, our goal is to have a larger community discussion, but we're all very supportive of this. just probably not overnight, right?
Yeah,
We
right.
need a decision on the dam, because the dam and the lake is going to greatly determine where you want the trails to be, right? If there's almost no lake, or if there is a lake, you don't wanna do the trails and then, be totally separated from the lake, so that has to be thought together. The infrastructure there needs to be thought about together, and unlike the bikes, we want to make sure we time it with timber harvest, right? Which there will be some timber harvest, so it would make a lot of sense to really so what I'm envisioning, but this will be continued to be talked about, is that we're very supportive, but it's probably like a 3-year planning process, right? Where we really get the trails right. We really get, we have to know what's going on with the lake. We have to know what kind of the vision is for the park, so that it benefits all members of the community. The timber harvests really have to be prioritized. And then I do want to add, Chaseburg Saddle Club is amazing and does a lot of work at Duck Egg. And without that level of commitment, it is frightening to think of starting up new trails. We really rely on the Saddle Club. There is the Friends of the Park. Okay. One idea is to have a Jersey Valley subcommittee under the, or if you want to form a different entity or something like that. But I think we're extremely supportive of this. We just have to be realistic. Well, there's the dam, there's the timber harvest, and there's kind of planning the trails. But I think, this is again just me not just shooting from the hip. I mean, we've talked about it quite a bit, but my gut is we kind of work as a community.
Nobody quite knows why
to kind of phase this in over. I would say approximately 3 years. That doesn't mean we wait 3 years to have the discussion. That means over these 3 years, we really figure out what we're doing with the dam, with the timber harvest, with the trails, and with community involvement.
You already got trails around the lake.
Why did they name it Dickieville? Come on.
I think 3 years is very unacceptable, Ben. I mean,
that's the timing of the timber harvest and stuff, though.
You talk about the bicycle people. I thought they had practically moved out of there. They're not using their trails anymore.
I was just in there.
No,
I went for a walk 2 weeks ago, and I did not see a bicycle, and the trails are there. Nice. Yeah.
Can't understand why Dickieville and Gays Mills are so close in regards.
So is this coming from like people right now? Because I brought this up.
It's absolutely Frank, literally. The dam, the timber harvest, and I wish things moved faster than they do.
Horses riding through there aren't gonna obstruct the dam one way or the other.
But you base where the trails are located based on whether or not there is a dam.
The trails
whether or not there is a lake.
Exactly.
The trails are there.
The trails are there.
Not like you're gonna be making.
Some of the trails are not there anymore. Some of the trails have completely slumped off. There's a reason we have $100,000 of FEMA money to fix trails, because the trails are not all there. They're just not all there. They've literally eroded away.
So the only trail that I'm not aware of there that's not there is the dam that broke.
And the lake and the what would that be? The west side that is totally slumped away. Like the whole lake trail that was there, that's gone.
But the upper one is there.
Right.
Maybe as a suggestion, because I do like to see our parks used and stuff. We do have this dam study, and it really is a dam study, I believe that. And it's a long process, and we don't know what we're doing yet, because we don't have the second part of this done yet. It's gonna be presented. Maybe I'm saying for our next meeting, then, put on the agenda, let's have a map of Jersey Valley and talk about where, because I haven't been on there in a horse. And I told Frank the next time we get a thing, I want to go horseback riding. His horses are gone. It's hard for me to visualize something if I'm not there. I can walk it, I can do whatever. but let's have a visual of where we're talking about. And can we do something temporary while we got these studies going on? I don't know. I just wanna put it out there.
Mary, now in December, Decker's supposed to tell us what's gonna happen. So let's figure out what's gonna happen with that dam
Okay,
this December. I encourage you to have something about this horse stuff maybe earlier in the first part of the year, January, February, whatever. But I assume we're gonna have Decker at our next meeting.
Hopefully, they keep.
Well, somebody's supposed to tell us something about it. They told us December. And we wanna know what's going on. And, I guess I can't force it out on them either.
Well, and on another note, on that county's paper, did you receive that county paper that the headlines in there was that the feds are allocating I think it was $3 billion in grants to be awarded for flood mitigation?
what was that in, Frank?
It was in that county newspaper.
I don't get that. You gave it to me one
Yeah,
time.
I
and
don't know
get
how
it.
I get it, but
For
I
whatever
know
reason.
what he's talking about.
I meant to bring it, and then
Yeah,
I forgot it.
but anyway, not to get cart before the horse, but we aren't gonna ride horses up there till spring.
I might.
I'll go with you, Frank.
If I
You
ever
do
get
what
on
you
one
want.
again.
We gotta get cleaned up with this dam.
I understand how you feel about the time frame, and maybe something more quickly can be done, but I think unfortunately, Frank, things do move slow. And really thinking about, we're not gonna get rich off of horse trails, and you know, we had, if we wouldn't have had such a solid group like the Chaseburg Saddle Club, Duckhead would have been a disaster, and at times it was a disaster. So, you know, like that, we don't have the labor to do the existing trails we have. So I mean, the planning, the making sure that your groups are respectful, which most of them are, but plenty of people have blazed their own trails, right? We're trying to balance. I don't think the bike people have any interest in Jersey Valley, which is good. You know, I don't think they have any. They built one trail.
Yes.
And then decided Jersey Valley's too far away from their shop or whatever, and they haven't wanted to go back since. So that is a good trail.
And it's a good trail, and there's a trail all the way around. You've been down there lately?
Well, so it's, what I'm picturing is that whole, first of all, the dam used to connect the loop. There's no true loop anymore, and that's all gonna change. So you don't wanna build trails that dead end into nothing, right?
But
like, until we know what that dam is gonna look like, we really struggle. Then that entire west side though, that was part of the lake loop, is non-existent. That's all slumped off, right?
I'm gonna go look.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk it. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. And that's the problem, right? So there's major, we know for sure, major trail reconstruction needs to occur. We know that.
Well, just to sum this up, we got great interest in what you want to
Yeah.
do. It's gonna be a little slower maybe than you wanna do, but that's okay. We should call Ben every week and remind him that you're in a hurry.
Can I have your number, buddy?
It's not gonna change my answer.
I'm just teasing.
I think it's good to put it on the radar.
Yeah, you should come to the meeting.
Oh, and the discussion.
Absolutely.
Put your 2 cents worth.
The committee can know more about like what situation Jersey Valley's in. You know,
And I
think
just
that's
assume
really
we're clean it up out there and be using it too. It's just that we're kind of hung in limbo what we're gonna do with the dam, and there may be some major construction out there. It could be maybe a new dam, or it could be to close up the one that's there.
right. And either way, that's gonna affect
And when
trail
there's gonna be this
location.
major construction, nobody else is gonna be allowed around there. We're gonna get that done.
Right.
So, but, you know, even if you don't fix that dam, I mean, where the bicycle trails are up there on top, you come down below because you bought up to the Bible camp down below, and you own the land, we own the land, and just come back down around that and come back up on top of that dam, and you got your loop.
Where are the trees?
Why don't we just,
Yeah, this was just under
Yeah.
public announcement, right, or public comment right now. The plan is to have more of an assessment. and
they
more of a
need to
discussion.
go out there and do that. You know, the boys are building this shed in City Hall. It's just, they just haven't taken time for Jersey. Jersey's been sitting a long time, but, be patient is my.
It's hard. It
I
doesn't
know,
run
right?
with blood.
Everything comes to him who waits.
Yeah,
So if you wait long enough, you get it.
yeah, thanks.
But we're gonna work on it. It's a work in progress.
Absolutely.
You know, when you're my age, 3 years is a
It's a
long
long
time.
time, right, Frank?
Frank, weren't you?
2018 was a long time ago. It stops. None of us want this.
Weren't you
to
pretty
take this long.
instrumental in one of these trail things?
Yes, the duck egg trails and, you know,
Okay.
and I hear reports, I haven't ridden it in 2 or 3 years, so, you know, but I
Beautiful.
hear,
It's beautiful.
I hear it's really rocky.
You it is there.
You know, the trails are pretty rocky and,
Frank is
But
the
yeah, it is.
one that really instigated a horse park type thing down there. And,
well, I wanted a campground, that was my push.
Well,
was to
yeah.
have a big campground on top, of course, it was all money, money, money.
Yeah, it was a
Back
different
then,
time.
so much.
but it's turned out real well. And Frank's the person in contact with this horse stuff, so.
I gotta keep pushing the horse thing because I don't know who else is. And there's lots of people pushing to use our parks for other things, so I
Well, I
want,
milk cows, I graze them, but.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. And if I have goats, I want to put goats in there, whatever.
there you go.
I got horses.
Okay, this conversation is what it is.
And it's good
I'm glad you
to
come.
we are very supportive. I just want to be practical about how to unfold it properly. And big picture, long term, the future of Jersey Valley.
If you go out there and walk it, you get more ideas. Please
I'll bring
let us
them back.
know. Bring them back.
Pictures.
Pictures, there you go. That's a good part.
Thanks for coming, Vernon.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit here for the rest of the.
you can. You're welcome.
It's Tony Nola cookies. You want one?
No, thank you.
Okay, we're on item 11, which is the parks update. Ben, you must have something.
Sure, a little bit. The photos, I believe, are right in front of you. So this is certainly a success story on front. Remember, you all approved to work with the Friends of the Parks. So approximately a $6,000 project. Some FEMA money, some from our parks, and some from the Friends of the Parks. These bridges at Duck Egg were pretty sad, pretty dangerous. Now they are much safer, more fixed up, have the railings. Community feedback is really just completed like last week, the beginning of this week. But community feedback is very, very positive. So these are the bridge crossings leading up to the dam.
Are these bridges also used for bikes then?
No, no bikes at Duck Egg.
Oh, that's right.
No bikes
That's
at Duck Egg.
no bikes.
Duck Egg is exclusive equestrian and hiking.
Yeah.
No.
I just wondered, you looking at the bridges here, you know, how they got the little cleats on them.
Yeah.
I forgot that bikes are not allowed.
No, the cleats are, you need the cleats or you would, when they're wet, you'd slide pretty bad. But equestrian trails, they just ford the creek. And then the other pictures are just the current site of the new shop and office space at Sidey Hollow, making incredible progress. They're very, very happy. The team. Oh, sorry, they don't have these themselves?
They don't have that last one. And they just gave that.
Okay, just like what you just want me to read?
We have that.
I know you do, but they don't.
Got it.
So they have put in the post, Kelly and Rod, and there's a third picture that I don't actually have electronically that Marty gave me the physical photo because he ran down there and snapped it yesterday. So they put in all the posts for the shop and it's starting to go up within the last couple days.
Who's doing this then? Who's building?
Americom. Who? I think it's called Americom. That's what it is.
Oh, I thought you guys were building.
They do the portions that especially the portions that the bids came too high back, and they got a lot of the fill and did a lot of the spreading of the gravel, and they're doing a lot of the portions of it, but also contracting out.
Then I did share, let me get it up here too. The revenue is, we finally went over on Sidey, and then Sophia's way over for the year. We're still getting calls for camping with this warmer weather. People are still camping down there. Some, the water shut off, but.
Now it's mostly hunters.
Yeah, that's terrific.
I can see that. I mean, when I went bike riding up there, I did the upper loops, and yeah, that was definitely guys that were hunting, and like, this is actually pretty smart. You're not paying a big room or a hotel thing and enjoying the outdoors. I think it's great. Yeah, the water was turned up, but it didn't seem to bother them. I would think most deer camps wouldn't anyway have water.
Yeah, they don't need a shower.
Pretty much not. They want to smell not.
There's a lake otherwise.
I think it's great if they want to use public hunting and stuff.
Okay, any other things on this parks update?
We could have had a Amish frolic. They put up a barn next door to me in one day. Well, they had the concrete foundation done, but they put up that barn in one day, steel and all.
So they did have Amish helping with the posts.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
But only a couple. When you get 50 to 75 of them, it's like amazing.
Well, I've seen them move buildings past your place, right?
Yeah.
I saw your video.
You carried a building on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them up by Hillsborough.
Yeah.
The whole barn.
They're amazing people. How they coordinate and get everything done. Crazy. Anyway.
Okay, moving on to item 12. Amendment to the wildlife damage budget.
Yeah, so I told Phil I would cover it, so he didn't have to attend, but as he said when he was here last month, they didn't have deer donation in the budget, and they would probably have to come back to amend it. So he's asking for a $4,000 increase to the budget, which, if you remember, this program is just money in, money out. So that allows people to drop off deer at Westby Lockers, the person participating in Vernon County. And then you get a deer processed and it goes to food pantries.
And this is all reimbursable through.
It is.
Completely.
So I have a form for you to sign, Will, that is increasing
Okay,
the deer donation budget from 0 to 4,000 for Vernon County.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
let's get that motion on the floor.
I so move that we increase that budget. Your donation.
Do I get a second?
I second.
Second by Carol. Any other discussion here? Not hearing
It's a
any
good
all
thing.
in favor of this $4,000 budget change, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Kind of on that same thing, because the food pantries in Bethel, you really count on that meat. But Rod's got a very nice program that when you have meat processed at Premier, you can donate so much back to the food pantry too, which is wonderful. Because if you're having, meat processing done, why not give some? So Rod, thank you for that.
I think you got the wrong Rod.
No, well, is it? Aren't you Premier Meats?
No, we're Nordic Meats. Rod Aspenson is the
Oh,
legal
I'm sorry.
DNR kill site. Yeah.
No. It is yours. It is yours. Is it not?
I own Nordic Meats, but I don't give anything away. So must be a different program.
No.
No, when we butcher, you can check off at the bottom if you want to donate it, though.
That's what I'm
Food
talking
pantry?
about.
Oh, got it. Yeah, no, got it. Yeah, but that's not only deer; it's also beef. Correct? Yeah.
I didn't mean that it was deer there. I'm talking beef, and we count on that immensely. So thank you for having that even as an option.
Okay, Rod?
I'm all set.
Okay, thank you. Okay, item 13, approval of the forestry annual work plan.
Yeah, so Nick was not able to be here, but we work very closely with DNR every year to, so he has this 15-year plan, and then each year creates an annual work plan. You do have a summary of the major different properties that are part of the county forest program. Currently, 2 timber sales are sold and 1 is being established.
One is still kind of on the fence whether it's gonna be sold or not.
And that's the Lost Creek Kuyungjin one, which is very needed, but there's only so much of a pulp market, right? And that's the primary.
It's very low quality wood.
Yeah, but it's more for the timber management than for revenue generator in that particular sale, but necessary for its management. You guys know Nick, he's doing a fantastic job, works very well with our DNR partners, and I don't know, Christine, would you like to add anything about the plan?
No, I mean, the plan basically states what we want to be doing in 2023. Just kind of more of what we've been doing in the past, just kind of put a few more details to it.
So just looking for approval of the annual Vernon County Forest Work Plan.
Okay, I guess I'm looking for a motion here to approve the annual work plan for 2023. Anybody care to make a motion?
I'll make the motion, Will.
Okay, motion by Rod Offgate. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Kelly Mitchell. Any other discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor of adopting this resolution for the annual work plan for Vernon County Forest, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, thank you. Okay, item 14 is reports from committee members and announcements. Have you got something there, Ben?
Reminder that our annual tree sale is in full force right now and going well. We have our water testing program going on right now, which has been very popular and help cover the costs of folks getting that water sample, working with Stevens Point, at least for this year. And they help put on an educational program about, so it's really for private well owners. And that's keeping us very busy at the office.
We just got awarded 2 of the watershed grants. I haven't heard from Kuhn if they were awarded. They got to apply on their own, but Tainter was awarded. Both of them were lower amounts. Tainter was $24,400 and FedEx was
right around
20,000.
So good news, 2 more grants for our watershed group efforts.
We're going to be going into the schools, like he said, December 6th, but there's many other days that we're doing that as well it's on watersheds basically this year.
The conservation poster contest, which we've had, roughly 700 plus participants every single year. So pretty incredible numbers, and spending handful of days going out into the schools makes a really big difference in the participation.
Any questions there for Ben? Any other announcements? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, I got the motion to adjourn. Do I get a second? I'll second it. All in favor?